Good afternoon, welcome to Cardiff City TV, welcome to Leckwith for this under-21s match. Cardiff City taking on Watford today. Thank you for joining us. We will run through the teams very quickly before we get underway. Starting with the Bluebirds. In goal, number 1, Jake Dennis. Vontae Campbell wearing number 2. Number 3 at left back is Tom Davis. We expect a centre-back pairing of Aidan McNamara wearing number 4, captain number 5 Xavier Benjamin. In midfield, number 6 Kyle Kenneford alongside number 8 Eli King and number 11 Cameron Antwi, with number 7 Isaac Jeffries, joined by number 10 Jack Lee and number 9 Chan Kazimba in attack. For Watford then, the visitors to Leckwith this afternoon. In goal for them is number 1 Alfie Marriott. Number 2 is Ryan Andrews. Number 3 is Alfie King. Number 4 Aidan Coyne. Number 5 is Josh Mullins. Number 6 and captain is George Abbott. Wearing number 7 is Daweed Haminga. Number 8 is Damani Hunter. Number 9, Ezio Torre. Number 10 is James Collins. And number 11 is Adian Manning. Well, I'm joined by Thomas Hopkins. Tom, unfortunate exit from the PL Cup for the young Bluebirds, but they'll be looking to bounce back today, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly would. Well, and I think it's no better real opportunity today. You know, they're in good league form, are the Bluebirds, and, you know, Watford haven't had the best campaign so far, so hopefully City will be able to capitalise it on home ground.
It was a narrow defeat against Wolves in the last fixture for Darren Pearce's team. And they've had the luxury of being able to call on several first-team players in recent weeks and months. Not too many to pick today, like King, Chan Kazimba, the obvious candidates there. And of course, with the likes of Matt Turner and James Kroll heading off out on loan, it's a different challenge in the second half of the season for the under-21s. But they'll be looking to get off with a win on home soil today. Davis out on the left, bit of space for him, comes back inside to Kenneford. We talked earlier about the way the Bluebirds might line up today, Tom. It does look how we expected, with Zimba leading the line, Jeffries on one side, Jack Lee on the other. But an opportunity for Jack Lee to drift into a more central role as well.
Certainly, I mean, Jack Lee's very useful player in that he can fill quite a lot of positions. We've seen that throughout the season. I think he's gone left side, right side, defensively and more attack-minded as well. It's it's an interesting lineup today. You know, it's kind of similar to how it was on Friday, but with the likes of Zimba returning to the 21s after a couple of weeks in the side, hopefully he can work towards snagging that first goal of his on his return.
Well watched back to Jake Dennis. Yeah, it's a City side sitting in 3rd place in their PDL table, 27 points from their 14 games. Nicholas Jeffries inside, good run from Lee, can't pick him out though. Comes back to Kenneford. Does well to find McNamara. Davis to Lee. Roll out for a goal kick.
It's the right idea from Lee, I think. He's picked out the pass. It's not. I think he's slightly overhit it or maybe slightly misjudged the run from Antwi, but nonetheless promising going forward from City.
Kick upfield from Dennis. Say Campbell, the last man back, scored here. City's last game against Bristol City, 1-0 win. Monte with the only goal in that game. A good opportunity for him to get some minutes, get some fitness in the legs. So as we know, he's been called upon for first team action already this season. Given away there though. Campbell intercepts. Here's Hunter looking for the 1-2. Nice idea for Watford, but it's overrun and King won't get there.
Just a slight mistake there, cost that chance. Hopefully City can iron those out nice and early.
Nice play between McNamara and Davis, show composure there. Back to Dennis. It's a loose kick though, but Vontae Campbell's in to make amends and just about wins that free kick.
Referee's quick to call up there, isn't he? I think Vontae probably knows what he's doing though, winning that foul.
Zimba forced all the way back to Dennis. Patient start from City, high line from Watford as well. Their last defenders on that halfway line. And a handball given against Hunter. They're interested in plenty of space for Chanka Zimba to turn and run into if those balls can find him. Watford really high in the early minutes of this game. Interesting on the opposite flank to see Tom Davis also occupying a forward position. You feel he's going to get a bit of joy on that left-hand side.
Certainly, yeah. I think he's scored quite a few this season just from being in those kind of positions, and he's getting involved in goals just by occupying that space. Well, you've got Chanka Zimba up top as well. You know, as I said, he hasn't scored yet. It's his third appearance back, but his hold-up play is always solid. And at this level, I think he's probably learned a bit from his loan spells away.
Loose touch by King. Watford winning back, but good defending from City. Swarming the Watford player there was James Collins. Didn't have a lot of time to think after winning that one back. Crossfield ball from Adian Manning. And again to Hunter. He's picked up some useful positions for Watford in the early stages of this game. And that's a good ball to Toure. Poor touch from him though, out for a throw. Now, it hasn't been the best start to the season for Watford in this PDL group, sitting in 10th position in the table. Just one win to their name this season and only 5 goals scored, so I'm sure Darren Pearce's side will be looking to keep a clean sheet today. Hopefully get a few of their own. Here's Zimba. 2 defenders for company. That's going to be a Watford throw. And something we talked about earlier as well, Tom. 9 wins and 5 defeats from their 14 games. Cardiff City, no draws this season, which is unusual at this level, but with the players that come in and out of this squad so regularly, hard to find that rhythm, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you're right. You know, it's one of them where if a first team player suddenly needs to be involved, then it does move a couple of the younger players out of the way and put them onto the bench, doesn't it? So I suppose it's important to have kind of regulars in the 21 side, people like Xavier Benjamin. You know, he's a good captain and he's a leader on the pitch for the 21 side. He's played alongside a lot of first team players as well this season.
Chance from this free kick then for the Bluebirds. Decent position. Eli King over it. Vontae Campbell out to the right, offering the short option. And it goes from King. Good connection. And that's going to be a corner. Is it McNamara who got his head on it, but it's come off a Watford player. The Hornets protesting their innocence, but they conceded a corner, and it's a good delivery from King.
It's very well whipped in, isn't it? Bit of a contest in the air. Good to keep the pressure on, though. I'm sure the camera will show that inside the 6-yard area they've got how many bodies there? All bar 1, I think.
Yeah, plenty of defenders back. And 2 of them drawn to that short option. Nice idea from Jeffries. Doesn't come off though. Now it does to Lee. Nice angle towards the back post. Benjamin's up, but out for a goal kick.
It's a nice idea, isn't it? How do you break those 2 lines of defenders? I imagine that the reason for that may be something to do with Watford conceding a few this season, perhaps some similar positions.
Speed down the right from Ryan Andrews of Watford there, and he's drawn a foul from Davis. Showed a good burst there. Free kick driven in low, well taken. King, man behind him, so he turns sensibly inside. Back to Benjamin. Lee recovers possession. McNamara just trying to build this tempo. The Bluebirds not quite coming off in the middle of the park at the moment, but hanging on to the ball and building from the back as we've seen them do all season. It's Davis. Back to Dennis. Campbell does well initially. He needs to make a decision now though. Goes back inside. Nice turn from the right back. Loose pass to Davis, but he should get there and does. Wins the throw.
It's a good press so far from the visitors, to be fair. They're keeping the back line under pressure, and I think City are showing some pretty good composure just to be able to keep passing it around the back. Not try to rush it, not panic under the pressure. And retain possession.
Nice touch and a shot off for Watford there. Toure involved once again. Here's Alfie King. Goes short to Hunter. King again, Jeffries tracking back, does well, but concedes a corner.
This is where they are looking dangerous. Watford, they're pressing and keeping us pinned in at the moment. It's all been this first third for City for the last minute or so.
Yeah, doing well and picking up on the loose scraps, aren't they, Watford? Those second balls. A few contested decisions in midfield that Watford are winning. And it's won them a corner here. Clipped in towards the back post by Coyne, but that's gone all the way over to Josh Mullins. They'll win another corner on the opposite side.
Two defenders hanging back for Watford, meaning they may not be as susceptible to the counter as Chunky Zimmer might appreciate.
And to burst off for the short one. Looks lively, the Watford midfielder. That swung in deep to the back post. And up Dennis with a good hand there. Cleared away. Can Zimba reach it in a foot race with King? Does well. And that's a great ball out to Lee. Chance for City on the counter here. Jack Lee's got Antwi for company, but midfielder's not looking. A little breakdown in communication between those two. And suddenly the tempo of the game picks up. Benjamin competing with Toure. It's a good battle between them so far. And the Watford man wins a throw.
As you said, when they're pinned under, I think City will be looking to counter in this kind of environment.
Watford skipper George Abbott, wearing number 6, plays it into Adian Manning. Nice ball down the line. Haminga, number 7, but that's good from Antwi, wins it back. Finds King in space. In support, Eli King finds it in Campbell. Nice one too, Jeffries and King combining. The referee decides that one's come off a City player and out for a Watford throw.
The linesman was initially inclined to think the other way.
17 minutes into this game, 0-0, no real chances to talk about in the opening stages. Neither side massively able to dominate possession either. It's been quite scrappy in the middle. You know, City have got that quality, particularly out wide, try and cause Watford some problems. Best ball from Campbell, but it comes to Davis. Nice turn from the young left back. All a bit congested at the minute, but that's a nice ball to find Jeffries. Great touch from Isaac Jeffries into the box. Alfie King for company, and the referee's signalled for a foul, but Jeffries managed to get his shot off. It would be an angry Cardiff City coaching staff if that one had gone into the back of the net, but in the end, a chance for a free kick and an excellent ball to pick out Isaac Jeffries.
Exactly that. I think Xavier Benjamin may be more annoyed about the fact that he didn't quite get an assist there. It's a great ball over the top, isn't it? Finds a space. Beautiful first touch from Jeffries. Definite free kick. Certainly a yellow card.
Ran into trouble slightly, Isaac Jeffries, but there wasn't a lot else on for him. And just as we talked about it being a bit congested in the middle of the park, incredible pass from Xavier Benjamin just to cut Watford open. Now, it looks like Tom Davis has come across to try and take this one on his left foot. Ruben Colwell scored one from here not too long ago, but Davis goes into the box. Good ball, just over everyone.
Had some really good whip on it, that. Curls well. Not quite met, however. The question was whether he'd strike. Decided to go for the unselfish cross instead.
It's a little bit too much power on it, and Watford get us back underway. That's a good drive from Andrews. All the way through to Benjamin, though, who has time. Goes back to Dennis. King with a nice ball out to Campbell. Jeffries to King, trying to find Cameron Antwi, who'd made the run down the line. Starting to show signs in that midfield, Cardiff City. Good link up between the likes of King, Antwi, Jeffries, Vontae Campbell, playing in tight spaces. That's going to be the way through to break this Watford defence. Going to play through them and then open up Zimba and Leahy into the space in the second part of the pitch. Loose ball from Benjamin. Had too much time to think about it, really. No immediate option for him, so he tries to go across field to Davis. Doesn't come off, though. And Watford have possession back. That's a loose ball as well, but Alfie Marriott in the Watford goal makes it his. For a goal kick. Need a couple of shots in this game, Tom, to liven things up. A few more chances need to be created for this one to spring into action.
Certainly, I think the way that the visitors have set up today, though, you can just see they really are pressing wherever they can. Here we are, see, it's aggressive, isn't it? They looking for that interception.
Chance for a break here. Andrews has impressed so far. That's a great ball in, and it's James Collins can't quite read the header properly. Almost hit him on the head, but it stayed in. Antwi, Jack Lee trying to find Zimba, doesn't stick though, and Watford get it back. Good drive and another cross into the box. King deals with it that time. It's Davis. Another great switch out to Jeffries, finding a bit of space now. Wearing number 7. This ball back to King, needs an option. Big space in front of him, Eli King. It's nice from Campbell. He's kept that in, done really well, Vontae Campbell. Referee plays advantage, good ball in. And it's down this side, really, where Cardiff City look most threatening.
Certainly that cross had to be cut out, didn't it? I think Watford did very well there. Just to deny Campbell, I think he made a terrific run down the right, keeping that ball in and avoiding, getting his shirt pulled back too far.
It would have been a free kick. Referee signalled that. He's shown his quality at this level, Vontae Campbell. The goal last week has looked lively today. Here's Antwi. King back to Campbell. Comes inside now. Tom Davis needs an option outside him. Kenniford provides that. Good run from deep in midfield, but the pass isn't there. Nice idea, though.
Not quite caught that as sweetly as he would have liked, Tom Davis.
City starting to grow into this game now. A brief Watford spell a few minutes ago, but it's the Bluebirds who are controlling the ball now. There's Jeffries, again, needs an option though. Watford sitting in nice and deep. So the switch ball goes to Davis from King, but again, the accuracy not quite there. Tricky when you have to force the issue like that, Tom, because Watford's shape so far has been pretty decent. And that's forcing the Bluebirds to trying some more difficult, ambitious passes, and at the minute, not quite coming off.
Really has. I think as soon as the ball enters Watford's half, they've kind of set up in a way that the last thing they want to do can see that they're not getting the ball as much as they'd like, I imagine, but they are winning it just through those unforced errors.
Here's Abbott. Manning does well to avoid King and find Andrews. Good ball into Collins, but it'll run all the way through to Dennis. City can build again. Xavier Benjamin will get this one short. Kenniford to Campbell. Campbell again for King. Jeffries does well to hold off his man. Now there's space for King to drive into. It's Kenniford to make that forward run, and it does come from the number 6. There's McNamara stepping forward to Davis. Bodies forward for City. Jeffries pointing where he wants it. It goes instead to Jack Lee, who's onside. Antwi lines up the shot, but into the arms of Alfie Marriott.
It's unfortunate with the first touch from Jack Lee there. I'm not entirely certain if he knew he stayed on side. Maybe some slight hesitation there cost a chance for him to shoot on goal. City just need to maintain that composure now.
Great ball from King. Watford players and bench appealing for the offside flag. Didn't come from the linesman. I think you're right, Tom. Jack Lee wasn't sure himself. Here's King again. 2 Watford players on him immediately. Goes back to Benjamin. Loose touch from Torre, trying to find Hunter with that pass, and there's a high boot from the midfielder. Dennis sprays it out to Davis, who can't keep it in. But to Alfie King. Here's Manning. Well tracked by Eli King. Comes inside to Coyne, wearing number 4. He's got space outside him to find Andrews. to Abbott. Here's Manning. A couple of bodies in the box for Watford, but don't want to swing that cross in just yet. They, from side to side, trying to find the space. City doing well so far. He's back with Kenneford now. Needs to turn out and play down the line. And wins a throw. Good there from Carl Kenneford, because Toure had cut off that passing lane back to the goalkeeper, Dennis. Could have been in trouble if he tried to force it back to his keeper. He's had to go down the line instead. Wins a throw.
I think City need to adapt, don't they, to this way that Watford have set out, and hopefully with them pressing and putting those bodies forward, then if we can break the press and get a counter on, it can lead to us having a few better opportunities than what we've been afforded so far this half.
No, we talked about it earlier in the half. Watford keeping a really high line. Their last man is on the halfway line. If I was Darren Pearce, I wouldn't mind swinging a few balls in behind, trying to get these Watford defenders on the turn. So at the minute, Watford are winning the ball high and causing problems. Here's Manning. Chance to shoot. Good block. Falls to Lee. Touch from Antwi. Zimber involved. Here's Antwi again. Pull up to Davis. Here's Kenneford. Looks for Jeffries with that crossfield ball once more. Campbell comes in, arriving in support. Cross into the box from Vontae Campbell. Davis may just get another go at it. It will be a Cardiff City throw.
I think that the midfield so far has been pairing up really well between
Yeah, it has been a good midfield combination. King and Kenneford in particular, and that's a nice idea there to Kenneford. That's a good ball through. Chance for Watford here. It's caught everyone out. Jake Dennis comes out and Benjamin does brilliantly to get back. Well, no shot on goal, but the first real opportunity of the game there, Tom.
Oh, Jesus.
You
So
recovered from your coughing fit.
Yep. That's a fantastic recovering run, isn't it?
Yeah, Benjamin does really well. That ball just took everyone by surprise and went all the way through. Perhaps the type of ball that the Bluebirds should be trying to play to get through this very high line of Watford's defence. It comes again with King. Antwi making the forward run, but there's a bit of space for Jeffries. Zimber. Yeah, it was a foul by Chanka Zimber on his man. Nice ball from Isaac Jeffries, but the striker wasn't ready for it. Had to try and barge his man out the way to get a sight on goal. Well, here's that chance for Watford. I think it's Collins, just overruns it. Does the right thing to try and step past Jake Dennis. But good recovery. And we remain goalless just past the half-hour mark. Nice throw from Andrews out to Abbott. Alfie King finds Hunter. Good stabbed ball down the line to Toure, but once again it's Benjamin. Didn't get the shout. Just asking his teammates for a bit of verbal support there, because that could have run for a goal kick, but in the end Xavier Benjamin plays it safe and out for a throw. King does well again. Back with Watford though. Manning. Coyne does well to get it through the legs of Antwi. Antwi wins it back, tidies up, as we've become so used to seeing him do this season. Usually alongside Joel Colwell in the early part of the season, but Cameron Antwi just tidies things up so well. And Chaka-Zimba, a little clash of heads there. Referee brings things to a pause.
As you were saying, Connor, I think between Antwi and King this match so far, they've really kept the midfield ticking over, haven't they? They've been creating some chances wherever they can and just making sure that the ball is being recycled.
Yeah, Eli King's been showing his quality on the ball, holding players off and switching play a number of times today as the boys come in for a drinks break while Chanka gets a bit of treatment. As you can see on the Cardiff City bench, we have in goal number 13 Joe Thomas, number 12 Jason Menyo, number 14 Will Spears, number 15 Owen Pritchard, and number 16 Morgan Wigley. So attacking options in Wigley if Chanka cannot continue.
Wigley, of course, started on Friday, so he had a very good performance, to be fair to him. Good in attack, just a little unfortunate not to see some of his chances come off as he would have liked against Wolverhampton Wanderers. But against the Category 1 Academy, you know, a really good side. Losing 1-0 to them is no shame, especially away from home.
A frustrating end to the Premier League Cup campaign, particularly after some good wins against Sunderland. Chaka-Zimba thankfully back up on his feet, hopefully able to continue. On he comes and off we go. .36 minutes played here at Leckwith, 0-0. Cardiff City under 21s and Watford. City trying to make things happen. Watford arguably with the best of the opportunities. That through ball to James Collins. It looked as if he was just going to stroke it home. Xavier Benjamin did well to come back. Manning, nice control from him, but he's got King for company. Goes back to Abbott. The other King, Alfie, playing for Watford. At left back, spreads it to Mullins. Free kick, one. Foul on McNamara.
Well, one there. Get the feeling that if it wasn't, Watford may have been able to just burst down that right hand side.
That ball goes all the way through to Toure. Forced back. Hamiga's been quiet so far in this game, up against Kenneford. The young midfielder does very well. Free kick given and a frustrated William Manning for, I think it was handball out in that corner. Yeah, just bounced up off his chest right in front of the linesman and onto his arm. free kick this time given away. And McNamara, a late challenge on Collins. Didn't seem to be too much in that from our commentary position. It gives Watford a chance to go forward, try and break the deadlock. And I think that head injury has just taken all the tempo out of the game, really. Tom had a good 5-minute spell, and since that stoppage in play, we're back to square one, and it's all a little slow.
I think you're right there, and I think that what we said earlier about we may well need at half-time to have the chat about just putting the ball over the top if they're going to set out like this. You've got
good ball in, Dennis equal to it though.
Straight away.
It's a difficult one for Marriott. He's got Jeffries for company, and now King leads the press on his namesake Alfie. Watford play well out of it though. Here's Coyne. Advantage going to be, it should have been played by the referee, but he brings it back for a free kick, and there's going to be a yellow card here for Vontae Campbell. The judge to have pulled his man back on the counter might well be out of picture, because it was, yeah, quite a way off the ball.
I feel the referee may have been able to carry on with play there, play the advantage, but he's pulled it back.
Another example of the stop-start nature of this game, 0-0. 5 minutes to the break. Davis to King, looking over the top for Zimba. All the way through though to Marriott. Nice idea from Toure, but he ran out of space. He had Vontae Campbell to compete with. Campbell this time does well to win the free kick. Darren Pearce just asking Chanka Zimba and Jack Lee to push on a little bit, try and make some runs in behind. Cameron Antwi also up there, wins the header. Unfortunately into the arms of the keeper. And that's clear instruction from Darren Pearce to get forward and try and put a bit more direct pressure on this Watford backline.
I think you're right, and I think that if we've got the pace in this team, which I think we do, we can make that, pull it off effectively. We've already seen that Isaac Jeffries, you know, he's willing to run, he's willing to press, and hopefully he can do it either chasing after a ball or with one at his feet.
Campbell again, this time goes back to Dennis. McNamara peels off, as does Benjamin. Time Xavier Benjamin to pick out his next pass. Campbell makes himself available. Immediately met by Manning, and here's King. Jeffries, my apologies. King tracking back now, and it's Toure into the box. And that's a good challenge. Vontae Campbell stays down. And King just gives his man a little shove in the back, but I think it was clear from where we were sat, Tom, that Ezio Toure may have taken Vontae Campbell out, but he certainly got a lot of the ball.
Watch it back here now. Yeah, he's definitely won the ball, isn't he? He's got his foot on the ball as Vontae comes in for it.
Goes against Cardiff City on that occasion, but I think if we start calling those fouls, then this game will be very, very different. Got to appreciate a good challenge when it comes in. There's Coyne with a deep ball in, bounces in the box, Antwi meets it. It's a risky ball. Coyne again does well. Bit of space for Hunter. He's got options to his right in Hamiga. Clipped in again this time. It's Antwi. 2 minutes to the break. Watford having a good spell here inside the City half. Here's Manning. Clips it in, and Dennis may get there and does just about get a hand on it.
Looked to have slipped it for a moment, didn't he? With that momentum he had from diving forwards. Well claimed in the end though for the own keeper.
Dennis sends it long, looking for Zimba, who rises but is offside. Into the final minute then of this first half. No goals to talk about so far. Pretty even contest, it must be said, between the Bluebirds and the Hornets. City looking dangerous, couple of decent crosses into the box, free kicks and the like, but it's Watford who had that real talking point. That ball that cut everyone in the Cardiff City defence. James Collins rounding Jake Dennis. Xavier Benjamin doing well to get back and cut out the danger. Can the Bluebirds open the scoring before the break? Here's Lee. Giving away, all a bit scrappy in there, but Lee leads the press. Campbell sees it out for a throw.
Wise choice there, I think, for Campbell. Had two yellow shirts around him. If he went for the back pass, it may well have backfired.
Play our favourite game of guess the amount of stoppage time. I believe that was a 2 indicated by the referee to Xavier Benjamin, so perhaps 2 more minutes to go in this one before the half-time whistle. And that whistle is for a Watford foul.
It's a tad unnecessary, isn't it? Winner on yellow card already.
Don't think there's a lot in that from Vontae Campbell, to be honest, but it does give Watford a free kick. One last chance to swing the ball into the box and try and get the scoring open. Nice run from Coyne outside of Manning, but it's picked up, so instead it goes into the box. Dennis should claim and does, and that is the half-time whistle. Well, an even contest so far here at Cardiff International Sports Stadium. At the break, it is Cardiff City 0, Watford 0. Welcome back to our live coverage of this under-21 match here at Leckwith, 0-0 at the break. But we do have a change for the Bluebirds. Jay Semenyo, the man coming on. And we will try and work out who has departed. I believe it is Ada McNamara, meaning that Jay will probably slot in at centre-back alongside Xavier Benjamin. Tom Davis and Vontae Campbell both still out there in the fullback roles as we get underway for this second period. There's Eli King on the ball, got space back with Benjamin, and Kenneford comes short. But that's a loose ball, and Manning's touch not good enough, otherwise Watford may well have been in there. Here's Zimba. King trying to slot it through, but no one there to pick up that ball. It's a nice touch on the corner from Toure, but Semenyo does well. Interesting to see Tom. To Semenyo, usually right back, slotting in at centre half on that left hand side as well.
Got to wonder whether it signifies, maybe it means that Tom Davis can push up a little more, or maybe it is just a like for like change, but I imagine that it's not. I imagine that there will be a slight change here.
Yeah, just as you say that, up goes Tom Davis on that opposite flank as Jeffries drives down the right, pulls the ball across. Will Chankazimba get there? Not quite. You imagine perhaps King or Kenneford to drop in from midfield and help out with Jay playing in a natural role, but he'll also do this and go on the overlap. There's King, switches play towards Jeffries, good ball back but no one there to meet it. I think you're right in that shout, Tom, in that it gives City a bit more attacking pace on this side, because you've got Owen Pritchard, of course, who could have come in as a like-for-like centre-back replacement, so tactical perhaps from Darren Pearce.
I imagine so. I mean, the shape that Watford have put out so far has been solid, isn't it? And if they need to change tact on how to break the press and break through that defensive line and get the opening goal, then I think why not do it at half-time? Why not make that change during the break? You can properly address the players and address the change in formation and style for the second half.
Yeah, forward thinking from Darren Pearce and Matthew Bloxham, but it's Watford on the ball at the moment with Coyne. That'll run all the way for a goal kick. Xavier Benjamin just pointing where you would have liked an option, which was over to this left-hand side. Cameron Antwi takes up that position now, makes a good run through the middle. Lovely touch from him as well. Zimba out to Davis. Back to Chankazimba. Space for Jack Lee. Can he shoot? Good save. And cleared away. First real shot on target for the Bluebirds. Easily dealt with by Alfie Marriott, but it's good link-up play. Davis and Tui Zimba all involved. Meanwhile, here come Watford, hooked into the box. Benjamin gets there, Davis clears. Zimba does well this time to win that ball, and that's an excellent ball from King into the path of Jack Lee. Zimba's making that run to the back post. What will Jack Lee do here? Trying to fizz it across, doesn't get there. Ball in from Jeffries, and it hits Davis. Unlucky, the left back there. He got into the right place at the right time. That clearance didn't really do the job. Lively start to the second half for City.
Certainly, I think whatever has been said to them at half-time has had some sort of effect, isn't it? Very slick so far, passing going forwards.
There's space for Semenyo to run into if he needs it. King drops short for the option in behind. And here's Antwi. Back with King. Lee to Jeffries. He like King on the overlap. Pulls it back. So he leaves it here with Davis. Kenniford for company. Now needs to come back out wide, Tom Davis. Goes the other way, tries at Jeffries. One-on-one versus his man. Into the box, Jeffries, heavy touch. Watford can't get it clear though. Eli King. Watford holding firm, get a spell on the ball now. Here's Lee. Davis coming close to put pressure on Andrews, who gives the ball away. Back to Kenniford from Lee. Great ball out to Jeffries. Got Vontae Campbell in support on the edge of the box. Here's Campbell. Has a go on goal. Claimed for a corner. Dismissed. Goal kick given.
I think City are definitely expressing themselves a bit better. Got the second half so far. Hopefully it can continue, but Watford again, as soon as City enter that final third, they tend to get two banks of defenders and just tighten really quickly. Difficult to break.
That's reassuring, as Watford haven't been able to put their foot through a clearance yet. The attacks keep coming for the Bluebirds, and you hope one of them will pay off. Watford will try and hit on the break. City have a man down, I think it's Zimba. King plays on. Here's Jack Lee. I wonder if he'll put the ball out of play. Trying to dribble through everyone. Still down here, Chanka Zimba. Cause for concern, and now the referee goes over to see City's number 9. I think there's too much in it, in all truth. Thankfully, the young striker is back up on his feet. Little bump there for him. No options for Mullins. He goes square to Andrews. Good turn from James Collins, and Watford asking the question about another yellow card for Vontae Campbell.
Needs to be careful, doesn't he? I think Campbell, if he's going to continue to put his body on the line like that with tackles.
think it looked worse than it really was, not going anywhere. James Collins, there wasn't an immediate pass on for him. A bit too far away to be denying a goal scoring opportunity when you're on the halfway line. But they will start tallying up for Vontae Campbell. As you say, Tom, if he does keep putting his foot in and getting the timing wrong, that ball stays in. Semenyo should be able to deal with it. That's handball if it hadn't gone out. Nice idea from Dawid Hamiga.
That's one way to keep the ball in, isn't it?
Semenyo. Lee. To Benjamin. There's Campbell now. Loose ball, but it's found its way to Zimba. Jeffries gives it away though. And the sloppiness creeping in. That's sloppy there. Back to the Watford goalkeeper. Eli King claiming that throw-in. Doesn't go his way. Play from Semenyo, forces a heavy touch from Haminga. Davis out to Benjamin, under a bit of pressure, but does well to go back to Dennis. That's good feet from Jake Dennis. Needs an option now though, goes along to Antwi. Falls to Davis. It's not the best ball from Tom Davis. Looking for Zimba, the right idea, right execution. Semenyo. Davis. Lee. Lovely piece of skill from the Bluebirds goalkeeper.
Terrific.
He's been watching Ryan Allsop, hasn't he?
I'd hope so.
Rocky-esque from Jake Dennis. Zimba putting the pressure on Alfie Marriott. That's well recovered from Andrews, but it's come back to Lee. Twisting and turning, does well. Now Davis has space on the left. Ball in towards Jeffries at the back post. Alfie King dealt with it well. Here's Campbell, back to Kenneford. Antwi squeezed out by Mullins. Nice ball into Collins, gets a bit of space behind Semenyo, the Watford striker. Semenyo does well. There's a tackle in there. Chance on the edge of the box for a shot. King does well and wins a free kick. And not interested, the referee in that first instant. It was an awkward landing for Jay Semenyo, if anything. Does well to deal with the danger. Half-time substitute Jay Semenyo.
Caught on his way down.
Yeah, just an impact injury, I think. Nothing too serious. Back up on his feet now. Wearing number 12. I don't really think it's a free kick either, to be perfectly honest. But certainly was a foul on Eli King on the edge of the box. So Dennis will get us underway. Not the best ball from Mullins, out for a Cardiff throw. That fast start that we had in the first 5 minutes of the second half, Tom, seems to have disappeared as we pass the hour mark.
Certainly has. Hopefully we can pick it up again.
Great ball into Torre. Good touch as well, but he's got Campbell for company. The Watford striker needs an option. Vontae Campbell puts a foot in, shows his pace. Well recovered. Here's King. Tom Davis. That's good from Campbell to find Eli King. Zimber taps it through to Antwi. There's options to his right. Cameron Antwi trying to go it alone here. Just nudged back to the goalkeeper. Probably picked the wrong choice. Jack Lee finds Isaac Jeffries now. City still alive. Good ball in towards Davis. Zimber to King. Bit of space for him now. Jeffries has to go himself. Wrong option. Can Watford break? Jeffries, to his credit, comes back, cuts out Mullins' option down the line. That's a broad touch from Ryan Andrews. We have a change here. Two changes, in fact, for the Bluebirds. Will Spears and Morgan Wigley coming on. Jack Lee, one of the men to depart. That will be fairly like for Wigley, we'd imagine. And not quite ready for that second change yet. It was Will Spears who was stripped. He's put his bib back on. So just the one change for now. Morgan Wigley on for Jack Lee. There's also a Watford change earlier in the half. Number 15, Max Delphia, is on for them in the middle of the park. Here's Antwi. Chance to shoot. Cameron Antwi, not far away. Opened up for him then off that restart. Antwi narrowly wide, but a good effort. Nice pass from Vontae Campbell, direct into Antwi, and it's had the goalkeeper worried. Zimba, good hold up play, needs help now though. Goes the long way round the City striker, that cross not quite up to scratch. Had a lot of work to do there, Zimba, and nearly pulled it off.
I think that Watford, this match today is going similarly to how it may have went away from home earlier this season. We went 1-0 in that one. Watford, of course, frustrating as they are today. I imagine the same away from home. Hopefully City, as they did earlier in the season, will find a way through.
It's Raheem Conte who scored in that win. It's sat just below us here at Leckwith, the midfielder, in that 1-0 victory earlier in the season. 65 minutes gone, no goals to talk about here though this afternoon. A rare weekend, of course, without championship action for the Bluebirds, but City will head to Kenilworth Road next Tuesday evening, 31st of January, 7:45 PM kick-off that one. And you can of course follow all the action with us on Cardiff City TV. Benjamin into Kenneford. Good composure from him to find King. Nice turn from Antwi. Nice ball as well. Morgan Wigley looking for it, but it's well cut out by the Watford man. Very tidy defending from Benjamin. Slight nudge in the back of his man. Goes unnoticed by the referee and then intercepts and sends it back to his goalkeeper. Mature stuff from the City skipper. And a good tackle from Antwi to force a throw. One back is Jeffries. It's tackled by Manning. It appears to have caught the City man, but no foul given by the referee. Dennis right on the edge of his area to claim that one. Does well to find Davis with the throw as well. Needs an option down the line, Tom Davis. Zimba coming across. And that one's just put out of play because Isaac Jeffries is still down on the far side from that earlier tackle from Manning. That earlier shot from Jack Lee was nicely worked down this left-hand side. The City certainly knocking on the door, Tom.
They have been, haven't they? I think it's been better performance in the second half in terms of just going forward and getting at Watford here, who seem to have set out with nothing but a clean sheet in mind, it would seem, so far.
Not looking too good this for Isaac Jeffries. Chance for everyone to come in, have a drink, have a chat with the coaching staff, but City winger still on the deck, receiving some assistance on the far side.
Will Spears just being introduced here, number 14. hopefully just a knock for Isaac Jeffries. Back to his regular self in no time, we hope.
Isaac unfortunately unable to continue then. And the long walk round on the far side back to the stand. So that means number 14, Will Spears, on the pitch for City now. There's Campbell. Lofted ball into Zimba. That's a nice ball. Can he read it, Chaka Zimba? Not quite. Almost hit the defender, Josh Mullins, before the City striker could pluck it out of the sky. Delifa in midfield for Watford. Loose ball connected by Kenneford. Had a good afternoon. Deep in midfield, Carl Kenneford. Here's Eli King out to Spears. Wiggly now on the far side. King steps inside, needs an option. Gets it in Spears. Neat turn from him. Got Manning for company though. Does well to work across though, Will Spears. Cut out though by King. And here's a bit of space for Coyne on this near side for Watford. Campbell. Again, Spears adding width and a good ball in. Tom Davis is lurking at the back post. Well dealt with by Ryan Andrews, and it's a City corner.
Good again in attack from City here. Just need to try and capitalise off these set pieces now. Though Watford, of course, will set up as defensively as ever. Currently only one of their players outside the box. And no one on the halfway line.
Nice teasing ball from Spears there. Eli King takes the short corner with Antwi. Can King whip it into the box now? Headed away at the front post. And King doesn't quite win that header. Chance through the middle here for Watford. But Kenneford's back there again. Excellent this afternoon, Carl Kenneford. Here's Campbell battling in the middle of the park. Wins that ball, certainly a free kick. Yeah, that one's given. Got an important touch on the ball, Vontae Campbell. Toure can't get there ahead of Semenya, also impressive since he's come on. And here's Campbell again, tripped. How many of these are we going to have, Mr. Referee? Before we see a yellow card for someone in a yellow shirt. Indian Manning again, the culprit. Well, credit to Watford defensively after City started the second half really well. Their shape's been good. They've pressed at the right times, and as you said, Tom, they're clearly trying to find one on the counter and win this game 1-0. Ball in from Andrews. Vontae Campbell deals with it. "15 minutes left at Leckwith, goalless so far in this game. Few opportunities in the second half for City. Jack Lee stung the palms of goalkeeper Alfie Marriott. But Watford with a chance here. Benjamin goes across to Toure. Pulls it back to Hunter. He's had a quiet second half, the Watford man. That's good pressure from Kenneford, but Manning wriggles out of it. Hunter back across and out for a corner. One of Watford's best moves of the second period.
I think you're right, and I think we want to just sustain a little bit of pressure on City here. Campbell is just enough to send it out for a corner kick.
And Kenneford was unlucky, thought he'd won it back, but Manning kind of scooped that ball past him on the deck, managed to get through. So it will be Aidan Coyne. Chance on goal, there it is for Watford. It's Manning with the strike, loose at the back of a corner. And with 15 minutes left in this game, the visitors have the lead.
It's disappointing for City, but I think you could have seen it coming perhaps.
Yeah, Semenyo steps off his man, just a fraction of space. Sadio Manning finishes it well. And having looked the better side throughout this game, really, Cardiff City, they find themselves a goal down late in the day. Xavier Benjamin gets drawn to the ball. Semenyo the closest to him. And just for a moment, the Bluebirds switch off at the back and they're punished for it. Watford made another change here. Number 14, Hamzat Balogun, is on, replacing number 8, Damani Hunter, who had a lively first half, dropped off entirely in the second, and then was involved in that move to win a corner. Kenneford to Semenyo. City need to get forward now and try and get back into this game. They were heading for their first league draw of the campaign. Shot on goal from Spears. Kenneford recycles well to King, who's in space. Ball into the back post, asking a lot of Tom Davis. Now it runs for a goal kick. Sent back long by Benjamin. Kenneford into Spears. Cuts back inside. Campbell free in the middle. That's a nice move. King lays it off to Spears. Needs an option in the middle now. And cruelly comes back off him for a goal kick. That's unfortunate after a nice little move.
Really is. Looks a good cross. It's cut out. This unfortunately comes straight back at Spears before he's able to react.
Going to have another change for City shortly. Looks like Owen Pritchard is getting ready for action. I wonder where he may feature. Perhaps on the right to let Vontae Campbell get forward, or even in holding midfield. We will await that substitution. Meanwhile, Watford on the ball. That's a loose ball from Semenyo. And it's going to be a penalty. Well, the linesman gave it. The referee didn't give it, and he's overruled. His official looked for a second that he pointed to the spot. The referee not interested at all. It's a loose pass from Semenyo. Oh, I think Xavier Benjamin's got away with one. Anyway, back we go. At the other end, here's Wigley into Zimba. Doesn't stick for the City forward. Spears, nice, uses the space well. Needs to find the cross now, put behind for a corner. Well, thoughts on that incident, Tom?
Well, I thought it would be very unfair if we'd scored straight away off the back of a possible penalty kick there. Substitute for City before they take this corner kick, though.
Yeah, here's Carl Kenneford, number 6, coming off for the Bluebirds. Owen Pritchard on for the final 9 minutes. Imagine that Owen might play in a midfield role. A like-for-like change, but I've been impressed by Kenneford today. Moved the ball well, competed in the middle of the park. City corner, swung in by King. Doesn't beat the first man. Pritchard, first touch on the ball for him. Does well to pick out Benjamin. He'll find a bit of space to drive into. Maybe Benjamin drives it forward. Not the right option, really. All the way out for a goal kick. Would have been some strike from the captain if that one had come off. Drifted wide for a goal kick and the minutes tick away. That's well read by King though. Intercepts and drives towards goal. Here's Antwi. Needs help from Spears. Does really well there, Cameron Antwi. Here's Eli King. Shot blocked and back with Spears. City recycling well. Pritchard spreads play to Semenyo, slightly behind him though. There's Jay Semenyo going it alone, and it's certainly caught. Did well there, Jay Semenyo, to win the free kick.
Certainly did. He ran, I think, into 4 yellow shirts there.
Yeah, there's no need for Balogun to come across and body check the right back. Thankfully for the Bluebirds he did. Semenyo there as we see the replay. Just drew the man. As Watford set their lineup for this free kick. It's Eli King over it. 7 minutes to go. Cardiff City 0, Watford 1. Chance for an equaliser here. Good ball from King, well taken from Marriott. Benjamin and Spears trying to get in around the back, but the Watford goalkeeper holds firm. Pritchard plays it over the top. Wiggly chasing. Onto Campbell, turning away from his man, needs help though. Oh, does he? Just driving at the Watford defence. Semenyo goes long. Pritchard can't bring that down. Chance for Collins. Benjamin does well to show James Collins on the outside, and Eli King does well to cut out the danger. Back across, and that one's handball. Going to be a penalty to Watford here. I think Xavier Benjamin got away with one in the last few minutes. No luck this time.
Looked a free kick, looked a penalty kick, sorry, on the initial viewing, and the replay only really confirms it.
Yeah, it's just lent into it really, Xavier Benjamin, and that hand's not in a natural position. It's out towards his side. If it's at his side or behind his back, you can get away with it. Here we go then. Manning for his second of the game, up against Jake Dennis. Oh, just about squeezes it through. 2-0 to Watford. Unfortunately, you feel that that is going to be game over for Darren Pearce's side. And Dennis close to getting a hand on it. In off the post. Down to the goalkeeper's left. Ian Manning with his second of the afternoon, and that should give Watford a rare win. Neatly dispatched from the Watford man. 2 late goals from the Hornets, who snatched the points for them here at Leckwith. We've still got a couple of minutes to play. It would be an unlikely comeback for City now, but the way the Watford have defended in this game, it would be very unexpected. Here's Pritchard. Semenyo. Nice turn from Owen Pritchard. Finds Semenyo again out on this left-hand side. Clipped into the box all the way through to Spears. Can he keep it down? Unfortunately not. King gets a foot-in chance here. Can Spears get a shot away to reduce the deficit? Good save from Alfie Marriott. That one really needed to go in if City were going to claim a late comeback. There's Torre. Can't get the bounce on Benjamin. Good run from Wigley, doesn't get picked out, but instead Antwi finds Spears again. He's been dangerous. And here's King. Spears ball in, not accurate enough towards the back post, so there's no one there waiting for it.
We have just the replay. Pretty loose ball, isn't it? Latched on too well by Spears. He drives in, shoots powerfully, but it's not quite good enough to beat the keeper.
Yeah, good turn of pace from him to get into a shooting area. Watford taking an age over this throw-in. Substitution on the way. Slowly but surely for the visitors, as you might expect, and it is the goal scorer Ian Manning. 2 goals in the second half to turn this game in Watford's favour. He departs to be replaced by Zach Fraser-Grant. Yeah, Owen Pritchard fouled. The referee gives it Watford's way and then very quickly changes his mind. Confusing couple of seconds there, but Eli King trying to get us back moving. Pritchard to Semenyo. King's ball. Trying to do too much with it in the final minutes, as you may expect. Morgan Wigley getting blocked off by his man, but does the striker's job of trying to close that ball down well. Good header from Toure. Good ball over the top from Collins. Could be 3 here for Watford. That's a lovely finish. Doesn't affect the result too much. points already in the bag for the visitors. But that's a really nice team move to round off a very professional performance for the Hornets.
It's unfortunate, isn't it, to concede 3 as we have done in the last 15 minutes of this match. So yeah, it's a great ball over the top.
Yeah, composure in midfield from Delifert to lift it over. And then James Collins did exactly the same, lifting it over the goalkeeper, 3-0. The result already going away from the Bluebirds as we're into the final minute. That just adds to Watford's afternoon. Here's Semenyo again going it alone, puts a foot in. It's the 3rd time in this game the young man's lost his shin pad. Now it will be Antwi to put in a corner. Antwi swings it in. Benjamin. All the way back out for a goal kick. And it wouldn't surprise me if the referee blows his whistle once Alfie Marriott sends this one down the pitch. Frustrating afternoon, Tom. Particularly the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, certainly frustrating for the opening 75 in that we had chances we just couldn't convert, and then even more so in the last 15 where Watford have seemingly just turned the screw on being able to just score past us.
On we go then, and Watford win another free kick. Xavier Benjamin a little too excited to get through his man there. Andrews asking a fair bit of his goalkeeper Marriott there, deals with it. Down the line it goes, and that is the last action of the game. Watford 3-0 winners here at Cardiff International Sports Stadium. It was a close contest for 75 minutes, and then 2 goals from Addy and Manning swung the result in the visitors' favour. A late lob from James Collins adding for Watford. Disappointing result for Darren Pearce's men. Flashes of a good performance, but no real attacking end product, unfortunately, for them this afternoon. Thank you all for joining us today at Leckwith. We'll be back with more under-21s home coverage in the next game. But today it finishes Cardiff City 0, Watford 3.